I spent 2 years writing a book. It sold 2 copies. Yeah, you heard that right. 2. Not 200, not 2,000. Just 2. So let's talk about it. I wrote Becoming a Fixer to shine a light on something most organizations are missing. A fixer. Yeah, not that kind of fixer. I define a fixer as someone who can walk into chaos, figure out what matters, and get things moving in the right direction. That was me in my career, across startups, corporates, even multinationals. I solved messy projects, motivated teams, and broke complex problems into simple steps. It was such a niche that I thought surely there are others like me who just need guidance. The book was my way of sharing what I learned and hopefully starting a movement to create more fixers. On paper, it made perfect sense, but writing a book and actually getting people to care, that's a whole different story. I thought publishing a book and launching a newsletter would be enough to kickstart that movement. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. In a world drowning in content, my launch was a tiny blip, here today, gone in a scroll. My honest reaction? Disappointment and a boatload of self-doubt. See, adversity, I know how to handle. It's fuel. But self-doubt, man, that hit different. It's humbling when even your friends don't buy it. Not because they're against you, but because they either haven't heard of it or just don't care. Here's the brutal truth. The world doesn't owe you attention. Well, what went wrong? There are 3 things that I think went wrong. The obvious mistake, I didn't have an audience. I poured years into the book, but 0 time into building momentum before the launch. I thought passion would sell, but clearly it doesn't. Those fancy ads you see on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, never tried them. Not because I couldn't, but because I was bootstrapped. And sure, if I'd run paid ads, I probably would have sold more than 2 copies, but I didn't. So with no visibility, why would anyone pick up mine when there are thousands of books available? Perfection was my downfall. I made sure everything was perfect before I launched the book. Content, flow, examples, cover design, everything. And I spent little to no time building momentum for the launch. What I learned the hard way. Lesson 1. Find your people before you build the product. If no one knows who you are, why would they buy from you? Lesson 2. Break the big idea into bite-sized pieces, share them online, and let people warm up to it. Lesson 3. It's not about overnight success, it's about consistent effort stacking up over time. Something Will Smith said stuck with me. Don't set out to build a wall. Just lay one perfect brick every day. The wall comes later. It's the same mindset I've used in fitness. Years of showing up to build strength, endurance. Why would success of a book be any different? Lesson 4. Take the small wins. From being terrible at essays as a kid to publishing a book under my name, that is a win in itself. I'm proud of becoming a fixer, and I'm not giving up on it. So yeah, my book sold 2 copies. That's part of the journey. I'm documenting all of it, the failures and hopefully some wins. Because, let's be honest, we only ever hear about the highlight reel. Nobody shows you the flops. If you ever launch something and it tanked, tell me in the comments. Let's make failure normal again. And hit subscribe if you want to see where this goes next.